Hi guys, Carla here. Today you'll be joining me for a Pilates workout. Today we will be focusing on improving your muscle flexibility and your mobility, and we're also going to touch on some stability training. Right, let's get started. We're going to lie on our backs, knees bent and palms on the floor, arms at your sides, and you're going to pull your shoulder blades back. We're going to inhale, and as you exhale, we're going to go into a pelvic curl. So we're going to tuck the tailbone in, use your abdominal muscles, squeeze your glutes, roll up, and hold here. At the top, we're going to inhale, exhale. Now we're going to sink back into the floor, place the ribs down first, and then roll the pelvis back. Okay, now we're going to repeat. So it's inhale, exhale, tilt, squeeze your glutes, roll up. You might feel some tension in your thighs and in the front, which is completely normal because we're opening up the front now, which is actually a nice stretch here. Inhale at the top, exhale, and all the way down. We're also mobilizing our joints in the back. Sometimes the back gets really tight, so this will help, especially for the lower back. Squeeze the glutes at the top. Remember to relax your shoulders. Exhale down. Okay, we're going to do a couple more of these. Tilt your pelvis back. Squeeze the glutes. Roll up. Inhale at the top. And exhale all the way down. Okay, we're going to do one more. Inhale, exhale. Inhale at the top. And exhale, going down. Alright, now we're going to move into a nice spiral stretch. So you're going to place your arms over your head, shoulders, elbows, wrists, everything touching your mat. Then we're going to place our right leg over the left leg in this way. Now what I want you to do is you're going to rotate your whole lower body to the left side. So as you rotate to the left, push your right shoulder into the ground, take your head to the opposite side as far as you can take it over without letting your right shoulder blade lift off the ground. You're going to hold for a couple of seconds. So this is a very nice stretch for your spiral line, right from the shoulder and the arm all the way through the lower back and the hip. And exhale. Now we're going to repeat all the way to the other side. Now the head goes to the opposite direction. And exhale back. Going to the left side again, head goes to the right. Remember to keep those shoulder blades against the mat or against your floor. And exhale. Last time, legs go to the right, head goes to the left. And back to the middle. Okay, now we're going to switch our legs. So the arms stay in the same position. Legs switch. And now we're going to start by rotating the legs to the right side first. So the head will go to the left as you exhale. So exhale, rotate. And exhale. Take your legs all the way over. Remember the head goes to the opposite direction. And you'll notice with this stretch there are differences between your two sides. One side will be a little bit tighter. One side you'll feel pulling in the lower back, which you didn't feel on the other side. If you do notice a side that's very tight compared to the other side, you can do a little bit more on that side. Try and even it out. Exhale. All the way over. And going to keep those shoulder blades on the ground. And all the way back to the middle. Okay, now we're going to do something similar, but this one is very nice to open up your hips. So if you have tight hips, if you sit a lot during the day, this is a very nice one to open up in the front. So the arms are going to stay up overhead, and then you can place your feet nice and wide. If you have a yoga mat or Pilates mat, almost on the edge of that mat. Otherwise, definitely wider than shoulder width apart. Now, we're going to rotate. So you take both knees down to the ground. So you're really opening up this back. So if you're tilting or switching to the left side of the legs, we're opening up, especially that right hip. You can also squeeze the right glute a little bit, which will help just to pull and open up a little bit more. So again, try and keep your shoulders against the ground, and then try and push, especially with the back knee, into the mat without lifting everything here off the floor. Okay, so we're just going to hold there for a couple of seconds. Remember the head again, so the head goes the opposite direction compared to the knees. And switch all the way over. Okay, now we're going to take it to the other side again. And this one as well, if you feel that there's a side that's tighter, you can do a little bit more on that side. Okay, we can do one more on each side. Again, remember that head goes to the opposite direction. And last one. And up. Great. Okay. Now we're going to do another nice one for your hips, to open up the hips and also go into a bit of a hamstring stretch, which is the back of the legs. So what we're going to do is we have our left leg in front, right leg is going to be at the back. Place your hands next to you, next to the leg, and then all I want you to do is you're going to rotate. So if the left leg is in front, we're going to start by rotating the hips and the upper body to the right side. So essentially what we're doing is we're opening up this hip at the back and stretching the quad a little bit as well. So you can take it as low as you can. If you're very tight, just take it in your movement range, so don't overstretch it. Okay, now we're going to rotate all the way over to the other side. Okay, and then we're going to bring it back. So we're spending a little more time in this position, because this is what we really want to do, opening up this front part of the hip and switch. Okay, and then the last one here, opening up that right hip. Okay, so now we're going to keep our left leg in front, and then we're just going to shift the hips backwards. So we're going to go into a bit of a hamstring stretch for the left leg. If you can straighten your leg, great. If you can't, you can still keep it a little bit bent. You'll still get the benefits of the stretch at the back. Place your hands down. If you can't, place your hands down. If you get stuck here, just place your hands on your thigh. If you have something close to you, you can also support there. So sending those hips back. Nice hamstring stretch. Quickly just transferring into stretching the right hip flexor here. And then we're going to shift the hips back again into that hamstring stretch on this left leg. One more time, going forward. And last one, shifting back. Okay, now we're going to switch our legs. So this time we have our right leg in front. So we're first just going to start with our pelvic rotations, opening up the left hip. So first opening up to the left side. So watch as my whole pelvis is moving. So try and get your pelvis low to the ground, and then hold here for a couple of seconds. then just rotate all the way to the other side. Okay, and then we're going to open up to the left side again. Okay, back to the right, and then one more time opening up to the left. Okay, great. Now we're going to shift back. So send your hips backwards. Get a nice stretch here in your right hamstring, back of the leg. You might also get it back of the knee, going into the calf a little bit, which is completely normal. Okay, and then from here, just quickly shifting forward. And then going back into our hamstring again. One more time, forward. And last one, sitting back. Okay. Right, so now we're going to quickly get into our inner thigh muscles, so the ones here, which also get very tight if you sit for long periods at a time. So left leg is going to be out, and then right leg, so knee, hip, shoulder more or less in line. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just gently shift the hips backwards. So getting your hips to your heel on the right side, and then you'll feel a nice stretch here on the inside. Depending on how far this leg is out, you can turn your toe out a little bit as well. Okay, now we're going to go up, and then when you go up, I want you to squeeze both of your glutes. So as you squeeze your glutes, you can also pull your stomach tight, and then you'll feel it's going to start opening up here in the front of the hips and a little bit more into the inner thigh on the left side, which is good. So we're opening up everything here in the front and on the inside. And then we're going to shift back again. And going up. Okay, so remember, squeeze the glutes. And one more time, sending those hips back. And up and squeeze. You can play around with your foot position a little bit. You can turn it out or turn it forward, wherever you feel the stretch the best. Okay, now we're going to switch legs. Okay, so right leg out. Make sure here everything is stacked, hips, knees, shoulders. Then we're going to shift back. Okay, now we're going to come back up. Remember to squeeze the glutes at the top. You can turn the foot out a little bit. That will help you to engage your glutes a little bit more. Nice squeeze. Open up here in the front of the hips. And sitting back again. Usually we have one side that's a little bit tighter compared to the other side. And up again. Make sure you squeeze both those glutes. Okay, one more time. Down. And up and squeeze. Okay, good. All right, so now you're going to turn back onto your back. So we're going to do some Pilates Roll Ups. Okay, so you can start with your legs straight, knees slightly bent or straight. You can see whichever works better for you. And then hands and arms are going to travel overhead. Don't take your arms too far. I want them to be in your peripheral vision the whole time. So we're going to inhale, travel the arms up. Once they're perpendicular, tuck your chin, tilt your pelvis, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, up, 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 up. And reach forward. Okay, so when you're here, just make sure that the shoulders are down, so slightly forward, and you have to be in a tilt here. So you have to almost pull your ribs in and pull your belly button in, so we're not sitting up straight here. Then you're going to go a little bit more into the lower back and the hip flexors. So we have to make sure that you tuck everything in. So now we're going to reverse the movement. So again, either with straight legs or with bent legs. So we're going to inhale here. As you exhale, first think about moving the hip bones away from the rest of your thigh. So we're really trying to sequentially roll down onto the mat again. Okay, inhale, exhale. Remember to keep the shoulders away from the ears. Slowly set everything down into the mat and travel the arms over. Okay, make sure you keep your ribs in, so don't travel your arms too far that the ribs pop out. Okay, here we go again. Inhale, exhale, up, 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 up. Reach forward a little bit. Inhale here, exhale, pull your stomach in, slowly down. You can bend your knees a little bit to help, and down, down, down. Arms all the way over. Okay, and up. And reach forward. Exhale. Slowly remember those shoulders away from the ears. Okay, we're going to do the last two of these. Inhale. And reach forward. Inhale, exhale. Back. Okay, one more. Inhale, tuck the chin, and exhale up. Last inhale at the top. Exhale. Bend the knees a little bit if you want to. And all the way over. Good. All right. Now we're going to bend our knees again. This time you can place your ankles and your knees together. Hands at your sides. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll that pelvis up. Get into a bridge position. And now all we're going to do as we exhale, reach that leg up to the ceiling and hold. Okay, so once you're in this position, make sure this right hip doesn't start to droop or drop like that. So we want to keep this hip nice and high. We want to keep the left glute nice and tight, stomach tight. You're in that little bit of a pelvic tilt here. We're just going to hold for a couple of seconds. Bend, connect your legs, lift that left hip bone. Exhale and hold. So make sure you set your position. Your hamstring is going to work hard, glute's going to work hard. Make sure this hip bone and this leg doesn't drop. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And hold. Okay, you have to work really hard with that glute. Also make sure you keep your shoulders back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And squeeze. And switch. Exhale, up and hold. Make sure you keep your stomach tight. Keep that glute tight. Inhale, exhale. Going to do one more on each side. And up. And hold. Make sure your hips don't go too high. If you lift up here, you're going to go into your lower back. So keep your ribs down. Keep your pelvis tilted. One more on the right side. And hold. Exhale down. When you're here at the top, don't just flop down. Inhale. Exhale, roll down. And relax. Good. Okay. Now we're going to go into a quicker tempo movement. So we're going to have our right leg up in the air. Then you're going to tuck your pelvis. So tilt your pelvis towards you. Lower back is flat against the ground. All we're going to do from here, we're going to scoop the hips up a little bit. Squeeze the glute. And place your pelvis down. I want the lower back to be in contact with the mat as you place down. So, down, down, lift, lift, up, up. Make sure the shoulders stay relaxed. Don't creep up to the ears. Lift, lift, up. Last 3, 2, 1. Okay, now we're going to switch legs. So you see, it's not a big movement. It's a very small movement. Okay, so right leg is going to be up. Make sure you tuck your pelvis, lower back against the floor. And exhale. Up. And lift. Squeeze the glute. Up. And lift. Lift. Last 3, 2, 1. Okay, good. Again, ankles together, knees together. We're going to roll the pelvis up. Okay, so once we're here, make sure your glutes are switched on. Squeeze the glutes tight. Stomach is tight. Now we go into a little bit of a march. Down. Switch. So again, glutes. Stomach tight, not lifting the hips too high. Keep breathing. Just going to do a couple more. Stay with me. One more each side. And roll all the way down. Great. Okay, next we're going to lift up both legs in a tabletop. Make sure the shoulders are back, shoulder blades against the mat. Arms at your sides. Lower back will automatically be connected, but as we drop our legs, you have to make sure to keep your pelvis tilted. Focus on lifting the coccyx or keeping the coccyx off the floor, and pull your navel in. Okay, so we're just going to do alternating leg drops. Make sure with these ones the shoulders stay back. Exhale each time on the drop. Okay, now we're going to keep both legs in the air. Now make sure your knees aren't too close to your chest. So you want them a little bit further away, about here. Okay, so you'll feel, if you take them a bit further, there's going to be more tension created in your stomach. So all we're going to do now is we're going to keep this position. We're going to breathe through it. So we'll inhale, we'll give a deep exhale as you brace your stomach. So everything has to tighten up. Then again, Small inhale. So don't take too big of an inhale that you expand your ribs. So ribs have to stay in. Small inhale, deep exhale. At the end of the exhale, we're going to add a little bit of a pause. Okay, so follow me. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Take your knees a bit further if you can. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. You can keep moving the knees further. Inhale, exhale, as far as you can without losing your abdominal connection. Inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale, exhale, and relax. Okay, harder than it looks, eh? Right, now we're going to lift both legs up again. We're going to curl our head and our shoulder blades off the floor. We're going to extend our right leg, keep the left leg bent. Connect your hands at the side and switch, 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 switch. Keep exhaling as you switch. Keep your shoulder blades and keep your coccyx off the ground. So get a nice steady pace going. Almost there. And relax. Okay. Alright, now we're going to straighten both our legs. Just take a couple of deep breaths in and out. Just try and slow that heart rate down. Okay, now we're going to take our left knee up towards the chest. So what you can do is you can let your pelvis go. So as you raise your knee, the pelvis will move with it. And switch sides. Okay. And there we go, guys. I hope you feel a little bit looser, heart rate revved up a little bit, and I'll see you next time.